Well, any dream I had of owning a motorcycle just went out the window. Yeah, that's not going to work, Gary. Introducing our fourth speaker. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Omayra Lopez. Omayra is a proud mother, entrepreneur, and health enthusiast who likes to empower her loved ones and her clients to live their best and fullest. Please welcome Omayra Lopez to the lectern with her speech titled, What is Wealth?
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Good morning. Writing up a speech in the last minute to help a fellow Toastmaster has had me feeling quite invigorated for the last 24 hours, but I appreciate being able to speak to all of you today. So here's a question for everybody. How many of you are single parents or have been single parents or entrepreneurs raising kids? Oh, good. I'm in the right room. Thank you. Over the holidays, it was a very challenging time for me. I had to put certain things into perspective. I felt very sick. I hospitalized for the very first time in my life. And during the worst possible time, because over the holidays, typically you are trying to come up with extra funds for presents. And for me, that was a major wall, being over a week out. And that put me through some serious anxiety and depression. On the surface, you would think as an entrepreneur, or more like a solopreneur, everything is great, but that's only when business is in peak season until unforeseen circumstances like the one I'm speaking about comes up. When I went back to work, it meant compensating for the financial hit that I had to deal with. All I could do was move forward, and I had to reflect on my life. So a question that you can answer to yourself. Where do you feel stuck in your life? What is wealth to you? It has a different meaning to everybody, but typically is having more than the average income. And if you could choose between $1 billion or perfect health, which one would you choose? Answer that to yourself. I started to feel uplifted on my first day back to work after I treated my first client of the day. When I joined Toastmaster, my mentor, I chose Bonnie Patterson as my mentor. And when we spoke on our first one-to-one, within the first 2 months of joining, we spoke about her passion for fitness and how she empowers women to make the best health decisions for their lives and how their lives overall. When she told me, and when she was advising me on how to make the most of my Toastmasters membership, she told me to change the words "I have to "I get to." So, I get to speak in front of you. I get to help my fellow Toastmasters. And it's a great day that the table topics revolved around Toastmasters. This is the perfect timing. That helped me in my professional life overall. And for me, being able to use my voice to speak to you today, that is wealth. To me, that is wealth. That's my perspective. My office space is inside a gym. When I stepped out of the office, I looked at the facility that I rent from, and I thought, wait a minute, this is where I got back on wood line. I get to work out. And I was already well enough to move, so I took 20 minutes to do some exercise before getting home, and I felt very grateful that I was physically capable, and COVID didn't stop me from doing that. Now, going to the gym is a major part of my self-care. And this is where, for me, health came in. I was healthy enough to work out. As I stepped into my car, I realized my car may not be a luxury car. I know wealth for some people would be to have a Mercedes, which is totally awesome, but at least my vehicle works. And even though money was still a bit tight to fill my tank, I thought, okay, well, I get to fill my tank and I get to drive home and be safe at home. Driving home safe, like safely, that is wealth, because life is precious and priceless. And thank you, Gary, for reminding me that that was your speech. And ultimately, with the way inflation is, and people, on average, are struggling to make ends meet, working at least two jobs just to get by and just to pay rent. That's been a major struggle for me. But I felt grateful that I was at least making enough to pay my bills. It might be better, yes, absolutely, always. But you can't truly appreciate $1 million a month salary when you can't appreciate $1,000 a month. So I want to encourage you today to count your blessings. You might be pleasantly surprised to see how you're wealthier than you think. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters, for allowing me to speak this morning.
If you haven't done so already, please finish up your comment cards, vote for 2. Moving us to the evaluation session. Oh, timers report.
All the speakers qualified.
Great.